test. Testing, testing. Hey there, Roma. How you doing tonight? Testing, testing, testing. Hello there, everybody. I hope that everyone is doing really well tonight. It's a Monday. It's a Monday evening. Not the usual evening that I might end up on stream, but we are celebrating a little bit this evening. We had a kind of flurry of activity on the channel in the last 24 hours or so, thanks to someone who must have shouted out the video, the most recent video, and it popped us up over 5K, and that's pretty cool. So I thought maybe we'd pop on here for an hour or so and hang out, see how everybody's doing. And to give me a chance to thank everybody for hanging out with me these 3 years and a handful of months. Look at all the names in the chat. Roma was in first, and we got Jacob in here. We got R Dizzle, of course. We got Adam Sisk. We've got you in the chat. It's good to see everybody again. I hope everybody's been doing well. Please relax, hang out as we always do. I didn't really prepare this too much. I just grabbed a couple of nearby things that we can tinker with and mess about with as we chat tonight. So I hope that's cool with everybody. Excuse me. We have, I know I forgot this the last time we were on stream. Somebody requested the wooden bowl and I completely forgot about it. So I made sure I had it tonight. Hey there, Cold Hunter, how are you? Thanks so much for stopping by. So we definitely have the turned wooden bowl tonight. So we have that whole thing going on. The wooden bowl. We have our small plastic container of beads, little filler beads from the rock tumbling set, the rock polishing set. I'm doing okay, Cold Hunter. Things are pretty good in this corner of the world these days. I'm doing pretty good. Family's doing pretty good. Hey, we've got SAR ASMR 42 in the chat. Hello, hello. Uh-oh. You might hear some odd rogue noises in the background from time to time because there's a mischievous cat in the house, and she's behind me someplace. Oh, that was her. So I gotta watch out for her. We have a have some metal. Always like to have a variety of materials. We have some hey there, Jacob and ZP. Hello to you both. We've got some coinage here. That we can listen to. We can also take a few of these out. As we've done before. We got that vibe going on. Hey everybody. Pawkie, Pawkkie. Mischievous cat, yes. She is a mischievous cat, for sure. Water sprayed on an umbrella. Just letting me know I will have to put that on my list. And then, of course, Adam, no hablo español. Just what I picked up in high school many years ago. Many years ago. And of course we have a couple of tea bags for that barely there pseudo unintentional vibe that we like so much. So that's what we have tonight. So how is everybody doing? What has everybody been up to? It's been a while since we've had a chance to chat. Did everybody have a good fall season? It seems like it's impossible that we should be so close to Thanksgiving here in the U.S. and Christmas right around the corner. I don't know where this year has gone. I think we had a pretty good fall, but I think as we've spoken about before, it never sticks around long enough. When your favorite season is fall, it's always a little bit of a rip-off because the perfect fall combination of temperature and weather never lasts very long. You get a little bit of seems like you get 2 weeks tops of cool color and cool temperature, and then it gets gray and dreary and cold, just boom, just like that. And that is the challenge of loving fall. Even though by the calendar it's just as long as every other season, but in practice, no, not really. Let's see. R Dizzle, ready to make another notch in the belt. Is that a literal notch in the belt? R Dizzle? Oh, with turkey. Right. Turkey being around the corner. CPAP, sleeping better. Oh, I'm excited as well. Sleep. Gosh, so many things in our life is made better with just the right amount of sleep. And I seem to have a heck of a time staying asleep these days, so I'm very sympathetic to sleep challenges. So yes, I hope the CPAP helps sort out those issues for you. Joe is missing the sunny days. Cold in Colorado. Yep, I bet so. Is it gray out there, Joe? Pocky loves fall, but already has snow on the ground. Goodness. Favorite memories from the past decade. Wow. Adam Sisk is throwing out the big questions. It might not be very fair because, I mean, if I really had to measure it, most of my favorite memories from the past 10 years would have to do with my family or kids, because the last decade would be their, well, that's a busy 10 years in my kid's life, and we did a lot of cool things, but it's kind of hard to talk about because nobody else would know about those. Cold Hunter says winter is the best season. That's only because you have cold in your username, Cold Hunter. That's the only reason you're saying that. Come on now. Totally agree that fall is amazing. I like the transitional nature of fall. And I like how it just seems to explode with color if you're lucky. If the weather was right that year and the right amount of rainfall and what have you. Sometimes the trees go straight from green to brown, and that's always kind of sad, but what kills me is when I look at Twitter and you get these people posting pictures from places that are having much more vibrant and amazing looking fall seasons than I am, and I get fall envy when I see those pictures. Portugal is hot the entire year. No wonder you're hunting cold. Yep, that's right. Should I, hey, calm down back there. Hey, come here. You want to say hi? Hey. I don't know if I think the cat is just going to do enough to make noise in the background, but not not actually make an appearance for us. Yeah, what is that? What is that temperature range in Portugal? Read any good books lately during the cold, rainy weather? Have you all read some books that we should all put on our lists? And please don't forget to greet new people as they show up in the chat, okay? That part's very important to me, and I appreciate your cooperation. Hey, Peter. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you for being here and being part of the 5K. I appreciate your support. Cool mist in New York City. We had some mist here in the Midwest as well. I wonder if it stretched over. Wonder if it was the same blob of mist. Cold Hunter is in a mountain, rural area. I come from a very flat area, so mountains sound really good to me, but that could be a case of, always wanting something that is different from what you have. We've got Lively Ghost and Zero Janitor in the chat. Oh, and there's Suran. Hello there. Lively Ghost, anxiety attacks and sleep. Well, thank you so much. I am so glad that I've been able to help a little bit. I really appreciate that. Pocky is recommending something. The Lady Tasting Tea. Development of modern statistics from a historical perspective. Really good if it's your thing. I find myself most curious about the connection between that title, The Lady Tasting Tea, and the topic of modern statistics. But I suppose the historical aspect is the decoder ring that connects the two, right? It seems an unlikely title for a book about statistics. Statistics. Thank you very much. Thanks so much for stopping in. It's good to see you. going to get a fair amount of cat scratching on furniture ASMR in this stream, I think. You should do mouth sounds, a loose quote from the 25 questions ASMR tag. Yeah, I probably didn't say anything in that video that would lead one to believe that I'm getting ready to do mouth sounds anytime soon. True enough. I appreciate that, Joe. It's Slapshot Regatta. Hello there. I love seeing new usernames in the chat. Gotta be careful with this bowl. It can get out of hand very quickly. A woman claimed she could tell the difference between tea poured into milk or milk poured into tea. Curious scientists got her to test a bunch of them. So was she right? Could she actually tell the difference, or would that spoil? Is that a spoiler for the book? That's pretty cool. I definitely appreciate everybody hanging with me all these years. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how the audience kind of rotates year to year. I think about there was a group of people that would always comment on videos in the first year, and then by the time you got to the second year, it was like a whole different collection of people were commenting, like the original group had rotated out somehow and had been replaced with a new shift of people. It's interesting how that works, but all those inputs are valuable, and really appreciate everybody who's kind of contributed to the narrative, the collective narrative over the years. Yep, that's true. Finals are coming up. good luck to everybody who's trying to get through those. I don't know if it helps because sometimes, if we really are, well, I remember being stressed out quite a bit by finals years ago. And it's very easy for me to say now, so many years later, that looking back, it's important to do our best, but we probably stress ourselves out and beat ourselves up about that kind of stuff a little more than we need to. It all works out in the end. They might seem kind of life or death in the moment, but it won't always be like that. Ellie Smelly is asking the important questions. If I were to drop this, yes, that would not be good for you. It would probably be worse for you than for me. But I will do my best not to test that theory. Yeah, Jacob, make sure you get plenty of sleep. The brain works so much better when it's well rested. Just a drop in the pond of life. That is exactly right, Slapshot. Perspective is difficult sometimes. Context, context, context. Context is difficult sometimes. I didn't drop it. Favorite Thanksgiving food? I gotta go with country ham. That might seem like a bit of an unconventional or regional choice, but I prefer a country ham over any kind of regular kind of, brined or traditionally cured ham. My mom always made turkey, but as an adult and, setting traditions for our family, I've never really felt beholden to turkey as the default centerpiece for a Thanksgiving meal. I am very happy to swap that out for ham, and if I'm gonna have ham, it's country ham all the way. I'm going to assume that most of the U.S. folks on the chat tonight are turkey folks for Thanksgiving. That would be my guess. Thanks, Pocky. Yep, U.S. Thanksgiving is Thursday of next week. Peter Chappelle asks about mustard on their country ham. I don't think I've ever done that, but I'm very happy to try because that sounds like a great combination. Country ham is such a kind of intensely savory ham to begin with, so I bet mustard would be quite the cherry on top. Of course, I'm a really a big fan of mustard-based barbecue sauces, the mustard-based and the vinegar-based sauces, so I'm down with all that. Yep, I'm Walter White. Zero Janitor is more of a ham folk. Yep, I feel that. So Pocky is saying that they baste their ham with a mustard mixture. Yeah, that makes sense. The thing about the U.S. and country ham is that it's kind of a southern preparation of ham. And I live in the Midwest, but a little too far north in the Midwest to reliably get country ham in the grocery store. When we do our yearly October trips down to Kentucky, though, there's always plenty of country ham on the shelves down there. I don't know why these streams always make me hungry. We always end up on food topics, don't we? Reminds me of Wandering Whispers ASMR. He doesn't stream so much anymore, but when he used to, we would always end up talking about food. To the point where he said he was going to host a burger live stream one day when we all get our favorite burgers, and then eat burgers at the same time while the stream was going on. Lively Ghost is all about the cheesecake on Thanksgiving. Lively Ghost, do you like the very dense New York style of cheesecake, or do you like a lighter kind of cheesecake? I'm a kind of a dense cheesecake fan myself. Oyster stuffing. Yep, my dad likes the oyster stuffing. I was never a big fan of it as a kid, and so my mom would end up making 2 batches of stuffing, the oyster kind and a non-oyster kind. Has anybody had a sugar cream pie as your Thanksgiving dessert? Yep, those dense cheesecakes are, there's something. Hey there, Marshall. Marshall does music. Welcome to the chat. Seeing family. That's always good. Well, sorry. I know not everybody has a different family situation. It's not always good, but we do the best we can when some of those family situations are complicated. Wow, the sausage and oat-based stuffing sounds fantastic. Sounds very hearty. And I bet the texture on that is quite impressive. Brown butter, pumpkin pie, and honey salted pie. Honey salted pie. I need to know more about this. Honey salted pie. Custard pie with honey, and they salt the top of it. Gets that, kind of a salty and sweet combination going. I'm a big fan of that. You know how they do salt in certain chocolates? Chocolate and sea salt combined and stuff like that. Same thing with country ham. I like, sometimes if you have country ham for breakfast, you can have maple syrup with it, and the sweetness in the syrup kind of cuts the saltiness of the cure on the country ham. So salt and sweet together, they're the bomb. Gotta try maple syrup on your ham. Yep. If you've got a very salty or very savory ham, it's great to counter that with some sort of sweet. Hey, it's Danny ASMR. Hello, hello. How are you, Danny ASMR? It's good to see you. We're just doing a short little hangout tonight. Glad you could stop by. We're all good here, Danny. We are all good. We're kind of hanging out for the 5K subs. Actually, we're just kind of talking about Thanksgiving food. Talking about country ham and sausage and oat stuffing and honey salted pie from a bakery in Brooklyn. And that just sounds amazing to me. Well, thanks, Danny. Appreciate that. Have I ever considered a video with tarot cards? You know, my wife is a big fan of tarot cards from the entertainment aspect of them. So we do have several decks around the house. That would be kind of a cool thing to get to dive into from an artistic standpoint. That's a really good idea, Joe. Marshall asks about the tea. What is it? Oh gosh, it's a mouthful. It's a Bigelow tea, but it's turmeric, chili, matcha, green tea. There's a ton going on in that tea, Marshall, but As long as it sounds good, we're all about it. Hey there, Slight. Slight Sounds is in the house. I hope you're doing well, Slight. Congratulations on your recent milestone as well. I tend to like strongish teas as well, and I'm relatively evenly split between, strong traditional teas and herbals. Granted, herbals are not generally strong, but I like how aromatic a good herbal can be. I'm good, Slight. Thank you. Things are going fairly well here. I'm pretty good. The family's pretty good. We're just hanging out talking about Thanksgiving food mostly. A tea house. So, Marshall, tell us about this tea house. Do they just sell tea? Or do they also do high tea events that you can make reservations for and that sort of thing? Yeah, Slight is correct about the crackling fire angle. That's my favorite kind of crinkling, actually. If you can get it so subtle that it almost sounds like something else. That's my kind of crinkling. But as we've said before, all subtle crinkling technique goes with thanks to massage, ASMR, and the silver soap. All roads lead to the silver soap. Gotcha, Marshall. That's cool. Sorry to hear about your nose, Pocky. I'm scared to... Well, I just hope you're on the mend from that. It's amazing how I used to go after school with my friends and we'd share food. I miss doing those things. I sympathize with that, Marshall. Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarification, Pocky. I thought you had actually recently broken your nose and now you can't smell tea. Okay, good. Yes, that would be tragic. Johann G. woke up at nearly 5 in the morning. That is an ungodly hour, Johann. But it's good to see you. But yes, you should get back to sleep as soon as possible. That does sound like a really fun Sunday afternoon. Pocky mentions the tea house. There's a restaurant out in the country, about a half hour from where I live. It's a restaurant made from an 1800s brick farmhouse. And that's another one of those places that's really, really nice on a Sunday afternoon. It's one of those buildings that if you drove by and just looked at it, you'd wonder, wow, I wonder what it looks like on the inside. And it's so cool to be able to actually go inside and have a meal and look around in it and imagine the families that lived there in generations past. It really gets the imagination going. I'm glad to hear that I've helped with sleep in the past, Johann. Have I ever tried to speak Spanish? Well, I took Spanish in high school. I actually took 3 or 4 years of Spanish in high school, but I'm not functionally conversational or anything like that. You'd kill to have my voice, that bass. To be fair, I have to point out that I think some of the bass is the proximity effect of the Blue Yeti here. It makes, I think it makes things sound a little bit bassier than they really are, but I appreciate that. When you say you're a tenor, are you a singer? Do you know that? Do you know that's your range, and do you do choir work and such? My son sang tenor in the high school choir. I don't anymore. Okay. Well, there's always singing in the shower, right? That's where a lot of creativity amongst us amateur adult musicians still happens. It's in the shower. I mean, I play bass and I still think of, musical ideas in the shower. All my family are basses. Wow. Have you thought of taking singing lessons, Marshall? I've actually wondered in the past if I could actually sing anything if I worked at it. Just wanted to get on and do a short little Hangout stream tonight, so I'm going to be wrapping this up in the next 5 to 10 minutes, but I just wanted to get on here and share my appreciation for the 5K subs and everyone who has shown their support at various times over the last 3 years and some months. It really has meant a lot, even though we've been on even though our trajectory as a community has always been on the small side and the slow growing side. It's still been a very meaningful journey for me, and I want you to know that I appreciate it very much. Good night, lively ghost. Johan found us through the Big Atlas collab. That's so cool. Yeah, that's a fun project. I think we only have 2 more of those to go, but I'm not sure when they'll be out. Thank you, Pocky. That's kind of you to say. I really, I don't like to be prideful of things in general, but I'm really happy with the way the community aspect of the channel has developed over the years. And I love it when we see those familiar names in the chat, but then also the new ones come along and everybody just kind of meshes together like, like we've never left. And I think that's a good sign. Jose, hello there, Jose. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Keep it old school. I appreciate that. Thank you, Marshall. I'm glad everybody's digging it. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay. Can I point out that you have lovely writing? I do. Lovely writing. Have I written? Have I written something on a video? I think I have. I mean, I've probably printed. Oh, wait. I mean, I wrote that list of movies on that pencil. That pencil video, but that's those are all capital letters. I'm not sure if that counts as writing. But thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Danny, don't worry. You will, if you stick with it and just do what makes you happy content-wise and just kind of enjoy the journey, you'll get to those goals. I think, generally speaking, people put way too much emphasis on those milestones. It seems like 50% of the posts on Twitter are creators talking about milestones, and I kind of wish we could take a lot of the energy that we spend thinking about milestones and just put it towards our communities and put it towards our content and just kind of relax a little bit, It'll all come with time. Hey, Johan, when you talk about writing and mixing me up with somebody else, you might be thinking of relaxing ASMR. He's the guy that he has a lot of fountain pen videos, and that guy has amazing penmanship. That is not disputed. Okay, I see here that you came to the same realization. Yeah, relaxing ASMR. I get those comparisons from time to time. But I do not mind because he is a master in my opinion, at that kind of tinkering, observational kind of ASMR. That's right, it's 5 a.m. You can be forgiven for mixing up ASMR artists. Like I said, I'm very, very happy to be confused with relaxing ASMR. I will take that any day of the week. Okay, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes tonight. It's so good to see you all again. Please stay tuned on the channel. I always try to have something in the works, and the schedule here at home has evened out so that the mornings are quiet again. So I'm trying to get to something every week if I can. So again, I appreciate everybody sticking with me and having patience through the irregular upload schedules. And I hope you guys still like it when I do get those new videos up. Geek Filter, hey, thanks for coming. Johan, thanking for a very relaxing moment. Nice to interact. Likewise, Johan, I really appreciate that as well. Trains push through. Good night, sir. Or ma'am, sorry. Thanks for joining us in the chat tonight. Everybody take care of yourselves. Take care of the people around you and your little corner of the world. And we'll be in touch again very, very soon, okay? Thanks so much, everybody. Good night, and see you later.